So this is the TECNO Camon 40 and I've had it for a little over a month now, and one thing I can say is that this smartphone is doing the absolute most for a device that's supposed to be just budget friendly. I've compared this smartphone with similarly priced budget devices right now, and this blows the competition out of the water. But the thing is, do I think this is a long-term smartphone to own? Should you get this right now for $170? I know you want to find out, and so without taking much of your time, yo guys, let's get started. First things first, this smartphone is slim. Like, where did my smartphone go kind of slim for a budget device? I mean, what's the rest of this device? It's just 7.3mm thin, and at 177 grams, it feels light but premium. Now when I say premium, I'm just talking about the feels, as this is definitely made out of plastic. It's got that sleek, modern vibe that makes you want to show it off. The back is a matte finish and you should barely get fingerprint stains on here. And get this is IP66 rated, meaning it can handle dust and water pressure. So yeah, it might not survive a swim in the pool, but if you accidentally spill your drink or maybe dunk it in water and quickly get it out, it's definitely surviving. For the color options, TECNO went all out with the Emerald Lake Green, the Galaxy Black, the Glacier White, and the Emerald Glow Green. These are all fancy names, but let's be honest here, most of you are going to slap a case on it anyway. For the speakers, there are stereo speakers on this device, and if you ask me, some of the best in the game for the price. I compared these speakers with the A16 5G speakers, and this came right on top. Alright, let's talk about the display. TECNO put a 6.78-inch AMOLED display on here, and it has a 120Hz refresh rate. That means scrolling, gaming, and even just swiping through your Instagram feed will look incredibly smooth. The resolution is crisp at 1080 by 2436 pixels, and it even supports HDR. So whether you're watching Netflix or flexing your high score in Call of Duty Mobile, this smartphone screen delivers. And for protection, they went with a Panda King glass, not Gorilla Glass on this device. Honestly, I respect it. Maybe in a few years we'll get something like a Dragon Emperor glass. Anyway, for everyday use, I can't seem to find any reason not to use this display. Colors are vibrant, it's really bright for outdoor use, and this is for sure a display anyone can live with. Now, under the hood, TECNO packed in the Mediatek Helio G100 Ultimate chipset, which is an old chipset, about a year old now. I know, but this is great for this price range. What really matters here is how it performs. It's got an octa-core setup, it's fast enough for daily tasks, smooth UI animations, and even some good gaming without stress for what it is. Paired with either 8GB or 12GB of RAM and storage options up to 256GB, this smartphone can handle your social media addiction, multitasking, and even a little video editing on the go. But if you're planning to push this device with maxed out graphics on maybe Genshin Impact, just manage your expectations. It's solid, but not a flagship killer. Out of the box, you get Android 15, and when it comes to updates expectations, I don't have an official statement. You probably are looking at about 2 years of updates on this device. By the way, for those of you who love to see benchmark scores, here are the scores for Geekbench and Antutu. And speaking of AI, first off, there's Circle to Search. Just long press here on the screen and draw a circle around anything you find, and that will give you a Google search of the image. Now this is super handy and it's an Android 15 feature. Then there's Ella, which is the default AI assistant. Out of the box, she runs on DeepSeek R1. Think of it as having ChatGPT built into your phone but with a voice. You also get Magic Eraser for cleaning up photo bombers. And my favorite here is AI Extender. It can literally generate and extend parts of your image using generative AI. That's wild. Alright, camera lovers. This is where things get really interesting. I took the Camon 40 with me to Dubai, snapping photos all over the city, from stunning skyscrapers to colorful street markets. And let me just say, for a budget device, this smartphone punches way above its weight. The 50-megapixel main sensor with OIS does really well in good lighting. The details are rich and colors look natural, and there's very little over-sharpening going on with this smartphone. Over to night shots, it's not quite flagship level, I would say, but way better than I expected in this price range. The OIS helps a lot in keeping low light shots steady, though you might need a little patience when shooting in dim environments. The 8-megapixel ultra-wide sensor tries to match the main sensor, although it's not the best I've seen. There's also an AI photo feature known as Flash Snap, and what it does is allow you to take photos without actually hitting the shutter button. You can just swipe to the mode on the camera app, and when the camera detects motion, it automatically takes the photo. And then there's a 32-megapixel selfie camera. Look, if you love taking selfies, this smartphone won't disappoint, especially in good lighting. The shots are detailed, the skin tones are decent, and TECNO still gives you this beauty mode magic, which, let's be honest, can sometimes go overboard. But overall, The camera setup beats a lot of smartphones in its price segment. For videos, the TECNO Camon 40 records up to 2K resolution, which is actually impressive for a device in its price range. Most budget smartphones only offer about 1080p, but here you're getting that extra resolution for sharper video quality. Just like the photos, the videos perform really well in good lighting, maintaining strong detail and decent stabilization thanks to optical image stabilization. This is also true with the front-facing camera video. It does well with good details and colors for the front-facing video. The camera is simply top 5 for the price right now. By the way, if you're loving this video, do not forget to like, share, and also subscribe to this channel if you're new here, as it helps us a bunch. Thank you. Now onto the battery life. TECNO slapped a 5200 mAh battery in here, and that's pretty solid. You should expect a full day of use with no stress, and if you're not on your phone 24/7, you might even get through 2 days. When this device runs low, you've got a 45-watt fast charging system and charger found within the box. That's something not common with other devices these days too. TECNO claims you can get 50% charge in just 23 minutes and a full charge in about 43 minutes, although I got that closer to an hour, but that's fast. No more waiting around for hours just to get your battery back up. TECNO didn't skimp on the extras either. You get this under-display fingerprint scanner, which is trickling down these entry-level devices and budget smartphones like the Redmi Note 14. There's also stereo speakers on here with good audio like I mentioned earlier. You get NFC support and also infrared to control your electronics. You also notice this notification LED at the back, which shows up when you're charging this device and also gets other forms of notifications. Oh, and for radio lovers, yes, it still has the FM radio. This smartphone is a great deal for the price. It retails for 275,000 naira or $170, and that's for 8GB of RAM and 128GB storage. While my version here has 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage, it goes for 309,800 naira or $190. Now, if you compare this to something like the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G, which I have here, which costs about 270,000 naira or $165 for 4GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, the TECNO Camon 40 definitely offers better value for money. More RAM, better camera, and a smoother display for just a bit more. So, is the TECNO Camon 40 a good buy? If you want a stylish design, great display, solid cameras, and a reliable performance without breaking the bank, then this is a strong contender. This device isn't trying to be a flagship killer, but it nails the essentials really well. Now, would I use this smartphone as my daily driver right now? Probably not. And that's not because this is a bad device. It's just because I'm not the target audience. But if you're someone who needs a budget and reliable mid-range smartphone that looks and feels premium without a crazy price tag, this should definitely be on your list. What do you guys think? Is this a W or an L? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and of course, check out these videos here where I compare this smartphone, the TECNO Camon 40, with other devices around the same price points. Check them out here. I'm gonna catch you in those videos. Call it that day.